Oh, that was the other thing. On our server, we had some of the most incredible and best builders, freeform builders I had ever seen in my life. We had
Yeah,
people
they
that
were really
created
good.
Mordor. I mean, we had another one who created Harry Potter Castle, Harry Potter School.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts, I mean, to the T. I mean, you actually thought you were in Hogwarts. They did so well. And, from the building aspect in our game, you're going to be able to do that same thing because I was amazed at what they could create. I mean, I was okay. Wasn't the best. You were really good too. You were really good.
You were okay.
I was okay. Yeah, I did do that one building
You,
that was a
you,
phoenix.
yeah,
When you
that
look
was
at it
very
from
good. You did
above, it was a phoenix. I did
very,
that.
yeah.
I also put some hidden stuff in my buildings. Oh, the main town, yeah,
Mhm.
was a little phallic looking in some aspects.
Yeah, it didn't take long for that to happen, but hey,
No, it didn't.
it
It
happens
did
in
not.
all things.
Exactly. When you're allowed the
you
freeform
know,
build, you can do anything you want, really. Um,
I was building the other day, and I realized halfway through that it was looking phallic, and I was like, "Oh, damn it!" I had to take it all down because I was like, "That's not what I want. I don't want it to look phallic. It
and think
just
about
happens. It
all
just
the
happens."
resources you lost because you had to take it down.
Yeah. Wow.
You won't have that problem in our game
Nope.
because there's a ghost build, so you can build it before you actually put the resources into it, which I personally absolutely love that part of it. Because I can't tell you
Yeah.
how many times I cursed myself because I had to destroy an entire building because it just didn't work out right. And I
Yeah.
lost so much resources with that, doing it that way. But I think that's where I was going with my train was the building aspect of the game. I mean, we talked about blueprinting, we talked about copying and making blueprints and selling blueprints of stuff that you've
Hmm.
created. Um, so that's another aspect of our game that's going to be a little different than other games,
Hmm.
um, in that you'll be able to do, freeform, or you'll be able to do prefab, for lack of a better word, prefab homes or structures.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
which I think gives, you know, if you're a creative person, great. If you're not a creative person, you still have a way to create these buildings that will actually look
Yep.
fairly decent. You just have to add resources. So, add water, you're done, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the idea, just so we're clear on the building, is that you're going to place down these ghost buildings, whether you're building it from scratch or from modules that you've purchased or whatever it is. You're putting down these pieces in ghost form, and then your builder is going to go and he's going to collect the resources, and that's your mortal or your whatever character you've decided to assign as the builder. They're going to go and they're going to fill up um, all the resources needed for these different pieces, and you're gonna watch them build what you've
or,
already created.
or
And
you
I
could
think
do it
that
yourself
is,
too if you really wanted to.
yeah, I
You could
guess,
add
I
the
mean,
resources
we
if you wanted.
could, yeah, I guess so, but it's going to take a lot of resources to build some of these things. So,
Yeah, because I'm good. I want us to really make like the amount of resources to actually be somewhat realistic to what you actually do if you were doing it in the real world. So,
yeah.
you go out, you get yourself some logs, you bring them back,
Mhm.
you process those logs into planks, or if you're going to do a log cabin, you know, that kind of thing. And then It's not going to be you take this one little piece and all of a sudden, boom, you've got an entire wall, like some games where
Yeah.
it's not a whole lot
Yeah.
of resources to build it. But, I want a lot of some of our stuff to, like the plants and the trees, we're definitely going to use actual inspired stuff. It may look a little different because, again, this is not Earth. This is an Earth-like planet. So things will look a little different. So that's where, like in our placeholder stuff, where you really haven't seen where we're going to get creative, really creative with some of the plants and trees and the landscaping and that kind of stuff. Because again, while it's not Earth, it is Earth, but it's a weird Earth. So that design will be a little different than just your plain old pine tree and oak tree and this, that, or the other thing. It's not going to be like your, I don't know, like No Man's World. Maybe, maybe not.
Mhm.
It might be a little cross between all of that kind of stuff. So we want to keep it different and interesting. Um, and then it's the same thing with like cooking and potions and that kind of stuff. We want to use, real kind of recipes, where you go out, you want to make a chicken dinner for one, then you'll need this, 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 and this. You'll need a chicken, you'll need a this, you'll need a that, you'll need the other thing. You make chicken dinner for one. If you want to make 100 chicken dinners, you're going to need a lot more resources to make 100 chicken dinners. So, we want to try and keep it like, and you're going to need salt, you're going to need pepper, you're going to need, spices, various spices. You want to make a little ramen, you know, make some ramen. It's up to
Mhm.
you. All right, so we're almost at our hour.